Please subscribe to our channel by pressing the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive updates on new videos.
So I am here today to tell you about what we are going to show you in each episode. What are the segments that we are going to discuss in each episode. Every episode we have designed in such a way that it's a combination of 5 or more than 5 segments. What are they? Of course, this same order may not be followed, but I would like to tell you the segments. There will be conversation, story narration, then you would also find an inspirational incident from Grace's personality's life, or an anecdote or a parable, grammar, and a quote for you to think over. Now I shall tell you individually about these segments. So first I had mentioned about conversation. So conversation is supposed to be between two people. They would come and discuss some issue before you. Then when they discuss, note down what are the points that they are discussing. You would have a story narration. A story would be narrated to you, and on the screen you find the scrolling coming up. Follow the scrolling and the narration. Try to learn the new vocabulary which is being used, the grammar, the structures, etc. Then another segment where either we would have inspirational incidents from great personalities' lives, or an anecdote or a parable which would be narrated to you. Once again the same point comes in. Observe. Observe the vocabulary that is being used, the structures, the grammar that is being used. And in another segment, we would directly discuss grammar for you, because grammar is the backbone of the language. So in the grammar, we would give the explanation for that topic. There will be some nice examples, the usage part, and also exercises which either would be in this episode or the next episode. Now sometimes these grammar issues also, they may not be completely discussed in one particular episode. Sometimes they may be carried over to the next episode and so on. And we would also show you one quote, one inspirational quotation. When that quote is shown, think about that quote, cogitate on it, try to understand and imbibe that idea and follow it in your life. So this is how we have made it a mixture of different things put together, and with the main aim, only one aim, that is learning of English. English is a language, and to learn the language you need to expose yourself to many things. So that's how we have designed these episodes, and I hope you will be able to learn the language quickly and easily. That's what each episode of our telecast would be giving you. Okay? So right away we shall get into the episode. Now we have some grammar for you.
So till now we talked about how to mention your ambition. So next we come to another important aspect, which they are actually both together. One is your strength and the other one is your weakness. Strengths and weaknesses. Okay. So when you are talking about your strengths and weaknesses, so what do you think is your strength? One more.
Very talkative.
Talkative?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's your strength?
My strength is listening.
You listen
Good.
to what everybody says?
Yeah.
Okay.
My strength is belief to myself.
believing, self-confidence.
Yes.
So, you can't mention talkative as your strength. So, strength cannot be that. You can say, I'm sociable. So, different ways of saying, as I said. So, instead of saying again strengths or weaknesses, you say you want to mention that you talk freely with everybody. You can say you are sociable. And then, what about Arvind? What did you say your strength is?
Listening.
So you can say, I'm a patient listener.
Sense.
A patient listener. What is your strength?
Myself.
Yes, your strength is self-confidence. Then the other strengths can be sincerity. I'm good at communicating with others. You can say I'm hardworking. Then adaptable. And or you can say I have patience. I have self-confidence. I have strong communication skills. So remember, never mix up parts of speech. What is mixing up parts of speech?
Present perfect.
No. When you are talking about nouns, I have confidence, I have patience, I have communication skills, I have a strong positive attitude, all with have nouns. But when you are talking about adjectives, you are. Remember the difference between a noun and adjective? A noun is something which you can have, qualities which you can possess. An adjective is describes you. Then you say, I am sociable, I am patient, I am
listener.
a patient listener, I am self-confident, I am hardworking, I am a good communicator, and then I am self-motivated. Okay, so it should be either I am sociable, patient, I'm sociable, I'm a patient listener, I'm self-confident, or I have patience, good communication skills, what else can you have? Good communication skills, I have self-confidence,
Self-defense.
self-confidence, you are self-motivated or you have self-motivation. So you are self-motivated. Self-motivated. This describes what you are. This describes the qualities that you have. So this is how you have to say. So you can say patience, good communication skills, self-confidence, punctuality, adaptability are my strengths. So self-confidence, then adaptability, positive attitude, you can either say I have these or remove this. These are my strengths. It's only to give a variety to your way of expressing, because you know that the high competition that you all face nowadays, There are so many people applying for the same job. So you have to be very careful. You have to stand above them, right? There should be something more than what others have. So everybody has a good qualification. Everybody is qualified. Everybody is skilled. But through this, through your introduction, you show that you have some other qualities too. That is by way of expression. So next we come to, so you can say, I am good at marketing, I am good at networking, I am good at, I have good analytical skills, I have a good command over languages. It could be computer languages, C++, Java, or
Web program.
all those. So depending on whatever you are saying, these should match the job for which you are applying. Okay, like he would say, good communication skills, positive attitude, adaptability, motivational skills. So now, as a teacher, these are the skills which you need. So as a government employee, all the qualities are needed. As a software engineer, again, good communication skills, confidence, adaptability. If so, you subject knowledge, and later on, if you become a team, you should be a team player.
Yeah.
You should be able to work with everybody. So you can say, I am a team player. In the sense, you are prepared to play any role in a team. Either become a team member or become a team leader. So either one, it is needed. Team player includes both. So the strengths that you give, whatever you tell, should match the job for which you are applying. Okay, any doubts?
No.
So next, you can also say that, as I said, you have to justify also. In case they ask you, okay, give us one instance where you showed good communication skills or you showed motivational skills, you should be prepared to say that, to justify that through some example. So you can say, my friend was about to give up his course, but I motivated him to do further, things like that. Okay. So then you can say, my aim is also to do, my strengths are whatever I take up, I see to it that I complete it. My job is never half done. So then these are the different ways of saying what your strengths are. Next, we come to your weaknesses. Now, weaknesses should not be your real weakness. Okay, remember, suppose you say, I chat a lot, I sleep for a long time. That's not positive. So, weaknesses should be such that those very qualities can be turned into strength. So, for example, you can say, my family is my weakness. That is, you want to do everything for them. My friends are my weakness. You can also say meticulousness. So what is meticulousness? In a sense, people are perfectionists. Some people want to do a thorough job when they start. So I am meticulous. This is my weakness. In the sense, you're not satisfied if the job is not properly done. That is meticulousness.
I am a foodie.
Foodie is a weakness. Then they'll start wondering, oh, do you come to work only for food? Okay. If it's a job to do with, if it's a job for a chef, then you can say, because of late, this is also a very big field, isn't it? Hotel management and hospitality management is also a very big thing. Those people have to say that. Okay. Now, finally coming to your native place. So, how do you mention your native place?
My native place is Hyderabad.
My
native place is Hyderabad.
Instead of saying my native place, again, don't mention the same headings. Ambition, qualification, native place. You say, I am from Hyderabad.
I am from Hyderabad.
I hail from Hyderabad. I'm a native of Hyderabad, or I come from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
So which tense should all this be? Because your native place does not change. So it should always be in simple present.
Present.
So you can say any of these. I hail from, instead of saying my native place is, a different way of putting it is I am from, or I come from,
I hail from.
I hail from. Never use negative. A very common mistake done by some of these people is my negative places. No, never. My native place. So, and then it should be. You can also say if you're not from this place, you can say I hail from, I come from that place. Currently, presently, I am staying in a hostel. I am sharing a room with a friend of mine. Can be anything. Then, after you talk about your native place, you talk about your family. Again, as I mentioned, don't say my family is. You can say ours is a small family, nuclear family, joint family. Any one of these can be mentioned. Or I hail from an agriculture family, or a business family, or academics. In some families, people are all in the teaching field. Okay, in the academic family. So that is how you have to say. Just mention briefly from where you are from and what kind of a background your family is from. Then, when you are mentioning the members of the family, so suppose you say there are so many members in my family. So how do you say that? Sorry. So how do you mention that? So when you say my family, you are mentioning not yourself, you're not including yourself, you're talking about the others. Okay? But but when you say we are four members in my family. So remember, when you use we, it is you're talking about only including you, how many members you have in the family. But when you're talking about others, there are this many members in my family. Okay, so when you mention your father's name, next coming to your parents, you have told how many members are there in your family. Now coming to parents. So again you say my father's name, my father is. You just have to mention the name, not Mr. Not necessary. My father is Verma or whatever it is. Okay? So in our country we do use Mr. It is not wrong, but it is not wrong to say without that also. My father is Narayana. He is a businessman. He is a teacher. He is a farmer. My mother is, give her name. She is a homemaker. She helps my father in the field work. Mostly that's what we assume, isn't it? So, if yes, you had some doubt.
How do you use expire person?
So, rather than saying my father is expired, or you can say my father is no more. So, no more or passed away, because we use the term expired only for things which come with a term. You know, like when you sign a rent, it comes expiry. You have an expiry date, the lease expires on a particular date, comes to an end, which is known beforehand. Even when we talk about medicines come with an expiry date, don't they? That means when they manufacture it, they have decided when it's going to come to an end. So never use it for people, say, and never mention later. My father is late. No. My father's name or my father is so and so. He is no more. He was an agriculturist. He was a farmer. Those are the different ways of saying it. Okay. So never to be mentioned, never to mention late or expired. Died also. People don't like to mention that.
Expired is
no
properly.
He is no more. That's
no
the best way of saying. My father is no more. Next, the last thing almost is siblings. When you talk about your siblings, now, if how many siblings do you have? Okay, then you don't have to mention siblings. If your brothers and sisters are of the same gender, you have two brothers or two sisters, don't say I have two siblings, both are sisters, both are brothers. No. Only when you have one sister and a brother, you say that I have two siblings, an elder brother and a younger sister, or two younger brothers, a younger brother and a younger sister also. So remember, the word sibling is to be used only when they are of different genders, not if both are brothers or three brothers or both are sisters or three sisters. That should not be mentioned. So suppose you have two younger sisters. So you can say I have two younger sisters and you want to mention what they are doing. The elder of the two, the elder of the two is married and the younger one is still a student. If you want to mention it, if you have two brothers or if you have two older brothers, the older of the two, the elder of the two, the second one. Okay. So this is how you have to mention. Never mention siblings for people of the same gender. Finally, when all this is done, you have to conclude. I keep telling you, it has to be concluded. So you can say, in a nutshell, this is all about my family, or this is what I want to tell about myself. In a nutshell, this is what I want to tell about myself. I would like to go that, but finally, this is all about me, all about myself. Okay, that is how you conclude.
Now, listen to two friends discussing some important issue.
Hi Varsha.
Hi Mansi.
Varsha, did you watch the recent grand finale of Indian Idol?
Yeah, I did, and I think Revant is the winner of Indian Idol.
Yes, Revant, and there was another person from Hyderabad. His name is Rohit.
Oh.
He also was in the top 3, I guess.
Okay.
So why don't we talk about reality shows today?
Sure, definitely. But before going into that discussion, I think it is good that you tell what the definition of reality show is, because we never know what reality show is. We only look at the show as a show.
A definition? Oh God, you've put me in a fix. Okay, so how to define a reality show? Alright, let me try this. A reality show can be defined as a TV program which has a particular theme, and according to this theme, things happen in real life and everything is recorded and there is no script to the program.
Okay, like a real life event.
Yes, like how there are particular programs which have a script, like TV serials have a script, everything is done according to the script. But in reality shows, it is not like that. Whatever happens in the flow, things are recorded in real life.
And they are aired on TV.
And they are aired on TV with a particular theme.
Oh, okay. Now, that was a good definition. Can you name some of the reality shows that are aired on our Indian television?
Sure. So you've got India's Got Talent, which is one.
Yes.
One of my personal favorites, Kaun Banega Crorepati.
Oh yes.
That was a really good one.
That was an
Then
excellent
you have
Indian
things like
Idol, you just
Indian Idol,
mentioned?
exactly. We mentioned that. Then there is the famous Roadies.
Oh yeah, roadies.
Yeah. Then I think Salman Khan fans would be knowing this, Big Boss.
Big Boss, correct.
And then there's another one. I'm not very fond of it at all, but the Splitsvilla. That's also a reality show. This is
Okay.
some of them, I guess.
Okay, there are a couple of more programs that are aired, like you have MasterChef India,
Yes. How can I forget MasterChef India?
and there is Dance India Dance also.
Yes.
But most of the television channels today are only interested in their TRPs. There are nothing but television rating programs. Like I said, all these programs, like you have MasterChef, you have Big Boss, and you have Dance India Dance, you have Indian Idol, and you have many such reality programs which are competition based. They say that you please come forward, showcase your talent, be the best of all the participants, and you will win.
Yeah.
That is a simple theme of a reality program, and reality programs were the same. But now it has become to an extent that reality programs have had such a controversial impact on each and every one of us. It is having a different impact altogether.
It affects us more than we know.
True. What happens is, just in the name of TRPs, the channels are now giving a different version of reality programs. They are actually asking the participants to build up a controversial scenario, so that they purposely either have a fight, they purposely either yell, or they purposely argue, or they purposely use an abusive or a vulgar language, just so that it inflates the other person and everybody gets into a fight. And because of a fight, or because of such kind of an enraged event, many audience will start watching it, because they want to know, oh, they got into a fight, oh, something like that has happened, oh, let me see what exactly happened by the end of that program. That will capture a lot of audience.
Food for gossip.
Absolutely. And we are failing to notice that all of this can possibly be scripted. It need not be a complete real event at all. And this is causing a very adverse effect on most of us, and especially on children. Because there are so many programs, we generally think that yes, it is a dance competition, everybody is so talented, it is so good. It is a singing competition, they're all so talented, they're all singing so well. Now this is, we have Big Boss, a reality show where people are locked in a house for more than 3 months or 2 months, and we are seeing all different shades of that, each person, each participant. But if everything was so plain and simple, what would be so different about one particular program from another? Why should I watch? There comes the differentiation, there comes the variety. That is what the producers want to add, something new, something spicy, just so that it will attract a lot of audience.
But I think whoever it is that is making the reality show should understand, like you said earlier, the impact that their show has on the mass of India.
True.
And if they understand that, they should make sure that whatever shows they make have some sort of lesson that can be taken away from it. Now if you take these kind of shows which are very entertaining, perhaps like Big Boss and Roadies and all these things, it is good to watch as time pass, but is there anything that you can learn from it, something that you can do to improve yourself? I don't think so.
You can definitely not learn anything from programs like Roadies or Big Boss or any such kind of reality shows that encourages mental and physical competition, and it will encourage you to outbeat the other person legally or illegally, morally or immorally, and come forward.
There are places where some controversies have come up in some shows, and that's the main reason why I think maybe those shows should not be banned, but there should be a compensation with other kind of reality shows which bring out a positive message. For example, there was one called Satyameva Jayate.
Oh yes, that was a brilliant program.
That was a good program. That also was reality. That also was entertaining because they took different kind of themes, different topics. But then everything that they took, they tried to give the people information about it.
Exactly.
And try to make people aware of what actually happens.
That show actually portrayed honesty and real incident and how a person coped through that time.
They spoke about with the problems that women face. They spoke about farmers. They spoke about science and technology.
Everything.
They were able to incorporate different themes, different subjects onto one common platform and bring people to talk about that.
Exactly.
And it was informative. It brought about awareness. It was entertaining to watch, because apart from gossip, if you see something new, you will naturally be attracted to it. You'll be like, what is that? Let me learn about it. There will be that thirst and the curiosity that will attract a person to such a show.
Exactly.
Along with shows, entertaining ones like Big Boss and Roadies and Dance India Dance and other things, there should be compensation, where there are shows which create awareness like that also, is what I feel.
There are programs when it comes to different countries, and even in India at places, there are programs that comes with a disclaimer. So I think these programs need not be banned. If they are made for entertainment purposes, let us all be entertained. Good. Let us all have number of Big Boss programs, Roadies, a lot of Satyameva Jayates, and a lot of Indian Idols, and a lot of dance programs, and India's Got Talent. We will have all of these reality programs. But at the same time, let us put a disclaimer and say that this is what we are trying to view. This is what we are trying to showcase. So please do not take this, and let there be an age limit, so that it will not affect the younger audience.
I know, even the audience also should be wise in what they choose to watch.
True.
Although these shows can put an age limit, how much effort does it take for a child of 6 or 7 years or 10 years to just switch the channel and watch them?
Exactly.
There should be a certain level of discretion within the minds of the viewers also.
True.
And I hope that all the viewers, even those who are watching us right now, choose to engage themselves and in activities and in shows by watching shows which help them improve themselves, not only just for entertainment.
True.
Because at the end of the day, it is not only about marks or money or how well you do at the end of the day. It is how much you improve yourself every day as a human being.
Exactly.
And if you watch good shows that are entertaining, that help you improve something in yourself, which create awareness, you can do something for the society, you can improve yourself as a human being. I guess that's the goal at the end of the day.
That is. And we must also be careful that these kind of reality shows do not cause an adverse effect. Because in the name of television rating points, in the name of earning a lot of money, in the name of getting a bigger turnover, it so happens that some of these or most of these reality shows will end up having a very controversial episodes sometimes. And when the children watch, knowingly or unknowingly, this ends up having a very adverse effect on them. They see a very mean or vulgar language. They see a lot of celebrities on TV using that kind of language. If there are children who are fans of particular actor or a particular celebrity or anybody on TV, there are very good chances that the children will start picking up the language that they are using. They will start picking up what the adults on the TV are using.
Because they think it is okay to be like that.
Yeah, they think it is okay. If they can do it, I mean, even we can do it. They are showing it on TV. ఊరికే అయితే టీవీలో చూపించారు కదా. If it is that bad, they will not show it on TV. If they are showing it on TV, then even we can learn. It is okay to do it. It is out of innocence. So that is exactly why I thought that a proper age discrimination should be there when it comes to certain reality shows.
I agree.
And we must always keep in mind that these reality shows are only made as a purpose of entertainment alone. Some of these programs are very good to watch. Like you have Kaun Banega Crorepati, and you have India's Got Talent, you have Indian Idol, you have Master Chef India. To name a few, there are many actually. These are only to name a few. These kind of programs are actually calling out to people, asking them to engage in these activities, to showcase their hidden talent. It is giving all of them a platform to come out and to voice their opinion, to participate, to win and to prove for themselves also. It is good. But at the same time, we should also be careful that these reality shows will not end up having an adverse effect. We must always keep in mind that it is good platform, it is good to showcase our talent, yes. But on the other hand, we should also keep in mind that it is as an entertainment purpose, and we will enjoy it as long as it is all in good humor. And if we want to encash an opportunity like that, we will just keep it to a limit.
I just hope that none of the viewers imitate what happens on a reality show, because although reality show are real life events, they are done with the purpose of entertaining. They are
Only
not done with the purpose of day-to-day life activities.
None at
So
all.
it is not good to imitate those. in real life and try to, you know, embody those or try to depict it in whatever you do. That's not right.
Hopefully now we have made enough discussion and enough points so that our viewers also will have this points and awareness in their mind to keep a reality show only as a source of entertainment, and this will not cause a bad effect or impact negatively on them.
I hope so too.
Thank you so much for watching.
Let us listen to a story.
Today I am here to narrate a story to you. I do hope all of you enjoy. Now, storytelling is a very interesting and a good way of learning languages. As you already know, you learn vocabulary, you know construction of sentences, and storytelling also helps, it creates this a habit of reading in you. It enhances the interest in reading, in the language as such. So the story I am going to narrate today is called Rotten Potatoes. A teacher decided to let her class play a game. The teacher told each child in the class to bring along a plastic bag containing a few potatoes. Each potato would be given the name of a person that the child hates. So, the number of potatoes that a child will put in his or her plastic bag will depend on the number of people he or she hates. So, when the day came, every child brought some potatoes with the name of the people he or she hated. Some had 2 potatoes, some 3, while some up to 5 potatoes. The teacher then told the children to carry the potatoes with them in the plastic bag wherever they went. They went to the toilet for a week. Days passed by and the children started complaining about the unpleasant smell let out by the rotten potatoes. Besides, those having 5 potatoes also had to carry heavier bags. After 1 week, the children were relieved because the game had finally ended. The teacher asked, "How did you feel while carrying the potatoes with you for 1 week?" The children let out their frustrations and started complaining of the trouble that they had to go through while carrying the heavy and smelly potatoes wherever they went. Then the teacher told them the hidden meaning behind the game. The teacher said, "This is exactly the situation when you carry your hatred for somebody inside your heart. The stench of hatred will contaminate your heart and you will carry it with you wherever you go. If you cannot tolerate the smell of rotten potatoes for just 1 week, can you imagine what it is to have the stench of hatred in your heart for your lifetime? So, throw away any hatred for anyone from your heart so that you will not carry sins for a lifetime. Forgiving others is the best attitude to have. Love others even if you don't like them." So, what it just means is that we should not hate anybody, and whatever hatred we have in our heart, that is going to make our life more miserable. It's going to make our life more difficult because it's a burden that we carry with us. So the best thing is forgive people who have troubled you and forget what they've done to you. Thank you.
Now, listen to this parable and try to find out the language elements.
Let's have a small change and listen to a story and learn something from it. Varsha, is there something you'd like to share?
Okay, the story goes as, there was a rich merchant and his beautiful wife. After many years of their marriage, they had a son. Because the son was born late to them, they brought up the son with utmost love and care. All of that is good, but they ended up pampering him to an extent that he became a spoilt brat and he became a spendthrift.
What is a spendthrift?
Spendthrift is a person who would spend money thoughtlessly on things that are absolutely unnecessary.
Okay.
The child became so arrogant, so dominant, and he started demanding everything in the house. Anything he asked for, the parents would do it for him. They would bring it and they would give it to him. And that is how the child became a spendthrift. So one day the son came to the father and he asked, "Father, I want to buy one item which is very expensive." The father said, "The item is very expensive and you don't need it. As of now, you don't need it for your age." But the son didn't listen. Because he was very arrogant and he was very demanding, he asked, "No, I want it." The father said, "If you want to purchase anything hereafter, why don't you earn it? You earn your money and then you buy." Because the son took this up as a challenge and he was very arrogant, like I said, he did not take a no for an answer. He took this entire incident as a challenge and he said, "Then I will earn and show it to you and I will buy whatever I want." The next day the son went out and he tried to find a job for himself. All that he could do is find a job as a coolie, as a daily wage laborer. And every day he used to work hard, he used to bring home his wages. Every time he used to earn whatever he would earn, he would give it to his father. And his father would take that money and throw it into the well. Every day the son would see this, that every day I am earning my hard-earned money and my father is throwing it in the well. The child kept quiet. After 3 days, after 4 days, after 10 days, and finally the son lost patience. And he asked, "Father, why is that you are throwing away my hard-earned money into the well every single day?" The father then sat with a lot of patience and he explained to the son, "That is exactly what you are also doing, my son. My hard-earned money you are spending on items which are absolutely unnecessary. It is equivalent to throwing the money in the well. Every time you are asking for an item, every time you are demanding for an item which is very expensive or which is unnecessary at that moment, you are being a spendthrift and you are spending it on those items thoughtlessly. That is exactly what I wanted to tell you also. That is why your money was thrown into the well. Because it was your hard-earned money, you felt hurt. And the same thing happened to me when you started spending my money thoughtlessly." Now, what did you get from this?
I think we should understand the value of money. It does not come easy.
Exactly.
Money does not grow on trees, I guess, right?
True, true.
So whatever money that is given to us by our parents or whatever money we earn for ourselves, we should spend it wisely, because there was so much of effort put into getting that money, and the same amount of care should be kept when using the money also.
Exactly. We should be careful as to what we need. ఏదైతే అవసరం ఉందో దాన్ని మీరు సేవ్ చేసి కొనుక్కోండి. Then use it wisely. Just because my friend has something, I should also buy. Just because my friend has an expensive laptop, I also want to buy a laptop. They have an expensive smartphone, I also want a smartphone ani unnecessary demand chesi parents ni ibbandi petti. Don't unnecessarily be a spendthrift and spend money on things that are unnecessary. That is exactly what you said. You should understand the value of money. Hope you were able to get the same message that we all did, and thank you so much.